Welcome to this channel. This channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So lately I have disclosed to the world that a proper training in the Wing Chun Tao will develop three types of skill or three levels of skill. In today's language, the first type of skill is the recovery skill. Be able to recover one's body. The second type is the aerobic base of skill, which is make one more fit, more healthy, and be able to move agile and lively. The third type of skill is the endurance type, where it can support one to do high intensity, high speed fighting job. Now, after I share this, I got many messages from our Wing Chun friends worldwide. Many asked me to elaborate with action so that they know what I'm talking about. And so they be able to make sense out of it and be able to really know what it is so that they can develop the skill with the directions. And also, there are some old-timer Wing Chuners who started to train Wing Chun in 1970s. Many of these friends wrote me saying that they don't understand today's Wing Chun because it's so different now. Compare in the 1970s when there are Bruce Lee, today you have all this chi, this movie. This is completely really confusing. So today I want to share with you what is the truth of Wing Chun set practice. So here on, you know what is a set practice is about. And if you don't follow this ancient teaching, it is not a Wing Chun set practice. It is either a ritual, mimic posture, or some type of a movie wannabe choreography, which will never give you anything. Now, I'm saying this is because what these three types of training or skill develop in the Wing Chun Tao sets. If it's a real deal, it can be verified with today's sports science. Okay? Because every martial art, the alleged one today, it can be verified by sports science. It is never those, you keep practice, you'll get it someday. And then one guy come in and say, oh no, this grandmaster have this all the Wing Chun sets. That will come with another that claim that this lineage will have this oldest Tao sets. And then make claim of mind power, Fajing, Qi power, all those. Who the heck know what it is? And then the guy who practice it, following it, will wait days, months, years, nothing happened. And then Another guy come up will say, well, I have even the better one. The thing you do is wrong. This is right. We want to end that. We want to make sure that if we do not protect Wing Chun, nobody will do that. And with all those nonsense selling snake oil has to be end. Start 2022. Start in America. We want to end it. Because those just make Wing Chun laughable by those who really doing martial arts. Now, let me share with you about the Xiu Lim Tao set of 1850. I'm sharing this with you, not that I want you to be in my lineage, but let you know the background of what is going on. So, 1850 Xiu Lim Tao set have 4 parts. Today we know the first part was watered down, partial, fragmented thing. It made the today's world the Xiu Lim Tao sets of the 3 sets. So whatever people practice today on the Xiu Lim Tao sets of Wing Chun, disregard of which lineage, is just a watery down from that first part. It doesn't have the in-depth. Now, so there's the situation. Now, however, even though today's Xiu Lim Tao, which is the one of the 3 sets of Wing Chun, it is a watering down set, but you still can use that to develop that 3 type of skill. There's nothing block you out to say that you cannot develop that. It's like from San Jose, you want to go San Francisco. Well, as soon as we travel north, we can get to San Francisco. Disregard you use Highway 280, Highway 101, or you just go to the old straight Camino Real. Okay? So, it is a reality that today's sets is a watering down sets from the part 1 of the Xiu Lim Tao 1850. However, that nothing stopped us to develop these 3 skills. As soon as we know the directions, that has to be very clear. So I'm not here to selling you old sets or young sets or secret sets. The reason to practice sets is to develop these 3 levels of skill or 3 type of skill. It is not to go like in antique or classic sport cars exhibitions and then to show off I have an older car than you. It is that skill which is important, not that set. Get this thing clear. Okay? Otherwise, you will not be able to have a healthy body, you cannot recover, you cannot fight, period. And then you can keep adding out in Tai Chi, Bak Mei, Long Yang, everything in, but you don't know what is Wing Chun. Now, in 1850, Xiu Lim Tao set is an advanced set. Advanced set. So what does it mean by advanced set? Advanced set meaning that it taught only to those who have martial art background and their body is well conditioned. It is not the set that you teach the kindergarten or beginner because they will not be able to learn this skill. Remember, the goal is to learn the skill. The goal is not to memorize that set or play that set like a music. It is to using the 小念头 to develop the skill. So that's why usually people have to have a good body conditions and have a background in fighting art before they study the sets. Now, we need to watch out for one thing at that time in the Red Book. Those Red Book ancestors in 1850, those guy is like our opera actor today. Just go to Las Vegas to look at all those performance. You see how all those actor and actresses have to drill every day. Their body is it need to be in fit and a good conditions. So it's like the athletic condition. Those are the background of all those artists. So do not make mistake that like today you play like looking the movie, you can smoke opium and then you can learn 小念头. Forget about it. The ancestor is the performance. Go Las Vegas, see how tough is the training of all these performers. And just look at it when they want to go for uprising, they take the weapon, they go fighting with the Qing military and all those things. So at that time, 160 years ago, there's no things like a VO2 max. They don't have the heart rate measurement, but all of them, if you transport them to come to today, I bet you all of them have high VO2 max. Okay? That's their way of making a living. And it is based on that. They train martial arts and then they train the 小念头 sets. Let's get this thing clear. Now, let's get into that 3 skill which is developed in the 小念头 sets practice. You can use today's 小念头 practice, provided that 小念头 sets is not bad design. We ask you to clamping knee this way, immobile your entire body. You can use sets to develop it. Okay, have to reasonable with your body because you're human. It's not up to anybody's imagination. Today I want to do a triangle, clamping knee. Tomorrow I want to have a spine and all those kind of stuff. Or mind, power, and those kind of stuff. Has to be fitting to the human biology. Okay? Now, so let's talk about the 3 type of training or skill need to be developed if you practice 小念头. Let's look into the most easy part, which is the aerobic base. That part which is help you to build out your fitness, help you to build out your agility. Let's look into that part. Now, you need to understand that in order to start the 修炼套 training, first one need to know the 6 core elements. Second, one need to know the lower abs deep breathing, natural deep breathing, or I call it 2C state. The third one need to know the N1 state, which is the natural chi state. The fourth one need to know the recycling momentum. One need to have this basic in order to start a 修炼套 set. Without this basic, you cannot know what is a 修炼套 set. You will never get benefit from it. Okay? So it's based on this. Then now we come with this aerobic based type of training. Now, aerobic based type of training, the heart rate is like in between zone 2 and zone 3 of heart rate. Okay? Please watch my yesterday's video on this 5 heart rate zone training like in today's sports science. Or you can Google it. So it is not a very fast or high intensity training. However, there is a key one must know this in order to practice this part. And that is the body, the movement. It has to fulfill 2 things. One is the entire body movement has to be dynamic. The second, the core and the lower part of the body has to be stable. So you want to memorize in this part or the aerobic part, aerobic based part of training, your body and your leg, your torso and your leg has to be dynamic and stable. Okay? If you do not know this, then you will not be able to develop anything. In fact, you have no idea what this development, the core of the development is. So let me share with you, how will this look like using a part of the 修炼套 sets. So you have a feeling of the speeds, the intensity, and the dynamic and the stability, what I mean. So when you practice your 修炼套, think about that, how you can improve that. Okay? So let's get this part. Let me share with you a small section, the section of this part. Okay, so let me share with you with this part so you can see what it is. You can see the speed. Look at how my body handling, the dynamic, and the stability. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so it's in the move. It is not high speed. If you do this for say 10 minutes, your body will feel like you go for a brisk walking for 10 minutes. That's how your body feel. Okay? That's how your body will feel. You don't exert strength a lot. but the entire thing moves dynamically, and your body has to be stable. Okay? So one can keeping doing this. The entire body move. Is using this type of thing to develop the aerobic based type of training. And usually you want to do this type of speed, this type of intensity for at least 10, 15 minutes. So you really like feeling your entire body uh, with your circulation, promoting your circulations on top of, as what I said, you need first to have the lower abs breathing and so forth, right? So that's how it is. Now, let's come back to the recovery type. The recovery type, remember just now we talked about that two things. It has to be dynamic and stable when you do those aerobic type of training. Recovery type, the body has two words to describe that. It's called light, lightly, light, like feather light, and dissolve. With the aerobic base, it is to build the fitness, not get to extreme, promote circulations, be able to do dynamic thing, stability, your daily fitness, your daily health, maintaining those kind of stuff, or even strengthen your body. It's a low heart rate, but long time, long durations of training. That is the aerobic based part, okay, or type. The recovery type, or is the active recovery type, is the N1 type of state. As I mentioned just now, the N1 ne zhe qi type of state. Really low intensity, low speed practice. The key is the entire body, everything has to be light and dissolve, meaning you like it's feather light and you want your body to be to dissolve like ice dissolve in water, because this is to let whatever have a strain there or tensing there to dissolve when you practice the Xiu Tao. So let me share with you how is this part practiced. So that's how it is. You see the intensity and speed. It is about 2.5 times slower and lower intensity than that aerobic based training. This is when you tired, when you're exhausted, when certain part of body is tense up, or say you take a punch in a sparring, you practice that to help promote circulation and dissolve that blockage. This is real chi stuff, okay? While the aerobic base is like today's, like your good fitness training. So this is the part usually we do that, like the Queen Crit saying that the the back of the palm facing out, your spirit is full. This is not to do what we do today. The purpose is to dissolve the entire body. Only you dissolve it, your chi circulations can nurture up. First, you just dissolve the blockage, and at the same time, you just you want to nurture the chi. Okay, that's Wing Chun, 修炼陶 sense skill. So you know the two part. The recovery part has to be light, okay, and it dissolve, let the entire thing dissolve. So this is like in the meditations, like in Anapanasati, when you are at that state, you feel like your entire body is empty out there. You dissolve. You get to that state, link to that state. So now you can feel, you can experience this state. And the fitness one, they are different. At the beginning, people need to train the fitness stuff until they have a dynamic and stable body. Only then they can train this recovery part. Otherwise, you don't have control. You cannot handle this body. Okay? Now, the third one. If you know the recovery, you have the the uh, the fitness part, the aerobic base. You want to do for endurance. Otherwise, there's no way you can fight in the real life. And that too, there are two key words. One need to remember. Training the endurance part, which is in the heart rate zone of 4 and 5. The key words, the body has to do two things. The body has to drive and exert. And that's where your recycling of momentum come in. Okay? And that is high speed. That is for your condition for your fighting. So if you want to do a pakta, the entire body go, you exert, you drive in, and then you have a recycling momentum there. If you don't have that, forget about fighting. Okay? This is only described in the Wing Chun terminology. Other martial arts will have the same capability described in their language. You look at our 1850 uprising sisters art, Hong Seng Choi Lei Fat. You see how their body drive, exert, recycling momentum. You want fighting, you need that. Okay. So let me share with you, okay, this part of training, and so that you can have a feeling. This part of training is higher speed than the fitness type, low speed, long duration. This is interval type of training. So let me choose a section and repeat the section to share with you what it is. Okay? That's how it is. So it's this part. So if I do it in the, say, for example, in the fitness, I'll do it this way. Okay, fitness. If I do it in the endurance part, you'll be watch out my body, okay? In, in. You drive exert, okay? Compare with the fitness part. Stability, dynamic, different stuff. So say if you fight, you exert in, my body can do this, okay? You see, I can do this. But you look at my leg and my core here. How I step, that is the training of the third type. After that, I can get back to the fitness type to relax. I can go lower to the recovery. So now we recover to the normal state, ordinary. So, can your shooting tao do that? Can you train this thing out? It is not the set. It is you know this thing. You want to develop this. Today we are lucky. We have all this gadget. Why do you think I know how to switch states clearly these days? Because of all this spot tracker. We precisely know where it is. And then we check it with the ancient quinquit writing of the shooting tao. We know we can pinpoint, oh, this. And I get old now. I'm not going to do a lot of this highly exertion stuff. So, well, daily, if I don't go out for walking, just do many of this at home, do 10, 15 minutes. If I feel tired that day, sick, Big deal, right? I can do it. You all can do it. It's not that sad. It is now you see the milestone, the process steps, how to develop this thing. Who cares what 修炼套? You can use like the S21. I just created. As soon as it fit the human biology, physiology, you can use that to develop this. The same set you can play in the three ways. And three ways develop that three skill. Only that way. You say, I practice the Wing Chun 修炼套 sets. Because we really develop the Kung Fu. So this is what I like to share with you today. Until we develop this, what is those set is good enough to do? Mimic posture, cigarette sets, useless. Because we cannot get into this three state we need. You want to fighting? Right away you get into the endurance states. You want to do the recovery? You want to do fitness like normal? Oh, have fun. Can like mimic peekaboo for fitness fun.